It's the Ditch Diggers. We'll probably be coming from the same place every time this month because it is from Jodie Foster's Live-In Advent Calendar, and today we're in room 1. How are you, Matt?
I'm good. So she literally has a whole building that she built to be a living Advent calendar.
Yeah.
That's trippy, man.
Yeah.
That's really trippy.
I'm telling you.
That's the kind of thing that she would do, though, I feel like.
I think so, yeah. So luckily she loaned it to us, so we're filling it this year, and we're filling it with questions, and she looked at us a little weird when we said that, but, whatever. She's not going to police us.
No, it's not her way.
No.
The dog feels the same way.
Yeah, she's rolling around on the carpet downstairs. It's Christmas.
I wish I could live a dog's life more. I really do.
Yep.
I mean, like, one of the ones that has a good home and isn't like on the street with, canine, whatever that disease is that they get from living on the street.
Scurvy?
Do dogs get scurvy?
I don't know. I don't think they need a lot of lemons.
What?
I don't know. Anyway.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yes, happy holidays. It is the Advent calendar.
Buy a dog a lemon, apparently, is our message. This episode. They don't eat enough lemons.
Yeah.
Around the holidays, we Ditch Diggers encourage you to buy fruit for dogs.
No, we don't.
Not
really.
No, I don't recommend that at all. I don't think they get scurvy, but that's neither here nor there. So, Mur, this is the Ditch Diggers Advent. It's the first year we're doing it, so that's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it's a neat way for us to take the fact that we've completely neglected the people who've sent us email questions and turn it into a feature, not a bug.
Exactly. We're con artists, but all writers are con artists. I think that should be abundantly clear by now if you follow along with the show. It's part of the trade, really. It's part of the trade craft.
So we'll be attacking a one question a day.
One question a day, all through December, just for y'all, because we love you. In an abstract way, like not individually. Nothing weird. I'm not trying to make it weird.
I think by describing how you're not making it weird, you're making it a little weird.
I made it weird, yeah. We should just move on. So, that's what we're doing. That's what the Ditch Diggers Advent is. And this is the first one. This is the inaugural day one Ditch Diggers Advent. And I assume we have a question for it, Mur.
We do. Did you want to complain about working over the holidays, though?
Were we going to do that now, or are we going to save that for later?
We can save it for later.
Save it for later. We're doing a lot of these, so I feel like I don't want to run out of complaints. I don't want to shoot my complaint wad early.
I don't even...
I'm a premature complainer. That's what I do.
I don't even know. Okay. This is almost a year old. Fantastic. Good job, Mur and Matt.
Wow.
Yeah. Kevin writes that this is delivered via Patreon. He tweeted a question a couple of episodes ago, which was like a year, that you grumbled that was unsuitable for Ditch Diggers, and you told him not to do the thing again. And he wanted to apologize for the bad phrasing, and he wanted to rephrase his question. But it's how you continue to work through edits when you feel like you've crushed the wonder and imagination from your work after repeated rounds of edits. And I know you'd probably say this is a craft question, but I think this is business because for me, craft feels like first draft, and then the business feels like it comes in the editing because business is not fun and craft is fun.
That's a solid argument. I can find no flaws or holes in it. At least not in the moment. I'm sure I'll think of some later. No, that's that is something that you have to deal with more and more as a professional, I feel like. So I'll allow it as the arbiter of questions.
Yeah.
That I apparently am.
Well, you're the one who complains more than I do.
I mean, I certainly do.
Yeah.
That's just, I can only be what I am there.
Anyway, his roundup summary at the end. I want to know how you guys end up dealing with feeling like you're over-edited. And I believe he means personally, not like dealing with an editor.
From outside for. You're dealing with you editing your own work.
Yes.
when you've crushed all the, what was it, imagination and
I've
joy?
killed my darlings, ruthlessly cut word count in order to make it tighter, redone scenes and segments over and over again, edited and edited and edited to the point I feel like I've ruined it. Even though I know it's better.
I mean, that's just part of the process. Everybody deals with that. You're supposed to get to a point where you no longer have any subjective. Is it subjective or objective? Objective distance.
Yeah.
Either way, you're supposed to reach a point where you feel you worked on it for so long that you no longer have any perspective on it. Like that's just part of the deal. And everybody, I feel like every writer hits that place eventually. I think that occasional, like, taking a break from the work is always important, as much as you can in between sessions. That's a big one for me. When I finish editing a draft, I try to give myself as much space as possible from the work before I do anything, before I go back to it.
Yeah.
You kind of need to recharge yourself, because eventually you get sick of looking at the same shit over and over again. That's just part of the deal.
Yeah, I had an editor apologize for waiting too long to get back to me, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. If you'd gotten back to me any earlier, I would have just hated the world. And possibly you too. But I didn't say that last part.
No, it's implied, of course.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that's really my main two thoughts on this question are, one, that's just a thing that's going to happen. There's nothing to do to avoid that occurrence. But what you can do to soldier on with it is give yourself as much distance as possible in between editing rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a possibility of editing too much.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of any of my older work via podcast, I can no longer look at the Afterlife series, because I have had 2 agents encourage me to rewrite it over 3 times. And I have messed with that story. Not like the main plot, just like points of view and ages and taking the sex out and putting the sex back in. And it's like I can't look at it anymore. And I've often wondered if I ever get the Dan Brown quote unquote problem of hitting it big and having a publisher want to go to my backlist and say, hey, what's this novella series you've got? I don't know if I've actually thought about what I would do if that happened. And I've probably thought, I think I might hire Matt to edit it because I can't fucking look at it anymore. I just can't.
Your money is no good here. I mean, I'll take the publisher's money, but
right.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah, I sympathize with that. There are definitely earlier works I don't want to look back on when I look back on them,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, thank you for rephrasing the question, Kevin. And I'm sorry if I was hard on you the first time. I don't remember, but I'm sure I was.
Well, it was a long time ago, and that's mostly my fault. Kevin, I think the biggest thing we're not saying here is once you've done all that, it's time to submit it.
Yeah, you got to stop.
Stop editing and submit it.
Your point is very important. You have to know when to stop fucking around with it and just call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the 3 bullet points would be: it's going to happen, it's unavoidable. Give yourself distance. Know when to stop and just move on. You know. Feel good about that. I feel like we hit the first one out of the park, Mark. Not to pat ourselves on the back. I have a question.
Oh, yes.
Are ejaculation metaphors and puns inherently misogynistic? Because I made one earlier, and now I'm thinking about it.
Are you thinking about the bad sex awards announced today?
No, I didn't really. I saw something about that, but I had gone down too many Twitter rabbit holes, so I'm not. I had to cut myself off. No, I was just thinking, because I made the pun and you obviously didn't care for it. It got me thinking, was that a misogynistic thing to do? Because the thing is, I didn't gender it. I don't think inherently it's not like I said male or female ejaculation. So I don't know, is that a thing?
I don't think I was offended.
I didn't think you were offended. You didn't seem to know what to do with it, and I felt like, was that in poor taste?
No, it didn't bother me. It was more of, well, I could take this and run with it, but, I just didn't want to. I mean, it didn't feel like a, I don't know.
That's cool. That's personal choice thing, and I'm totally cool
Yeah.
with that. I like to ask these questions. I'm trying to learn here, so I just thought I'd bring it up. So there we
Well,
go. We're learning things. I think
the
that's important.
the Guardians awards for the worst sex of 2018 was announced. You could probably uh, Google it. It's because we're putting this up on the 1st, and it's the 30th when we're recording this, so it's not going to be too buried. And they're all written by dudes. Some of
Naturally.
them from a woman's point of view, and they all
Oh
just
no.
glorify ejaculation. Just
Ah,
dude, so in love with their own orgasm. And really.
that's I don't.
And
I practically resent mine, so I can't even relate to that perspective.
the winning one did refer to the peppermill grinder.
Like a literal peppermill
Yeah,
grinder,
like
or
the enameled peppermill grinder inside her vagina.
the enamel. What?
Yeah, that's what everyone else said, and I said, it's only a peppermill grinder if you put peppercorns in it. I put allspice in mine.
What is happening? Did he? And he used enamel specifically.
Enamel, yes, I will look it up. Hang on, you vamp or something.
Wow. I don't know. Like, I don't even want to be a man now. That's terrible. Well, the thing is, we don't, like, just traditionally, culturally, at least speaking for American men, we're not good at sex. Like, we're not good at, especially when a woman is involved. Like, we're barely coherent with it when it's just us. You involve a woman, we just get confused and angry, and we don't know what's going on. So the actual act itself, we're not good at. Then you take somebody who's not good at that, and then have them try to write about it. It's just a recipe for disaster, really.
The winning one, which is from two people who use their military prefixes, not prefixes, what's the word? Titles.
Ranks.
Ranks, thank you. Scoundrels, The Hunt for Handsclap by Major Victor Cornwall and Major Arthur St. John Trevelyan.
Seriously?
Yes, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the last sentence, two dudes talked about it. Two dudes approved this. So, soon I was locked in, balls deep, ready to be ground down by the enameled peppermill within her.
No, gentlemen.
I believe that's the winner. At least it was the first one.
Absolutely not. Wow. We need to find these. They need help. They need, they need an intervention.
Yeah, and two of these are by, one by James Fry, who's still writing apparently, and one by international bestseller Haruki Murakami.
Right.
So, yeah, good sex going on here. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sorry to get a little more graphic than we usually get, but if you put it in your work, then it's worth mentioning the fact that don't mess this up, guys.
And I'm not sex should be a part of writing about the human experience. It's just, goddamn, guys, really? All right. Anyway, well, this is not something we're going to solve on the first day of the Advent.
Merry Christmas!
Maybe over the course of the holiday season, we can address this in small pieces until we arrive at some conclusion. But for the love of God, let's end this because I don't even know where we're going to go from here.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was day one, Mark.
That was day one. Let's just do our websites because we don't want to go into the whole pitch and spiel thing. So I am at merverse.com where you can find this blog and show notes.
I'm at matt-wallace.com, but a better place to find me is on Twitter at matt_wallace or my YouTube channel, Angry Writer.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, man.